and welcome back to Golden Dragon Games. I'm your host, Rocky. Today's video is episode 12 of my Kamen Rider Ex-Aid toy review series, which is finally back from its long hiatus. And in today's episode, we will be reviewing the Kamen Rider Ex-Aid Gashat Double Pack, which comes with the DX Maximum Mighty X Gashat, which allows Kamen Rider Ex-Aid to access his level 99 form. And then also this Gashat pack comes with the DX Hyper Muteki Gashat, which is basically the ultimate Gashat, as if it is used by any of the riders in Kamen Rider Ex-Aid that uses the gamer driver, they can get around 10 seconds to about a minute of invincibility, so it basically acts like the star power-up from Mario, but also if you combine it with the Maximum Mighty X Gashat, Kamen Rider Ex-Aid can access his ultimate and his final form, being Hyper Muteki Gamer. I believe that's what it's called. I can never remember the proper name of his final form. But anyway, before we take a look at each of the gashats individually and then listen to all the sound effects they have to offer, we're just first of all going to take a quick look at the packaging. Okay, so as you can see on the front of the box, we have a picture of the gamer driver itself, along with the Maximum Mighty X Gashat and the Hyper Muteki Gashat. We also get a picture of Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's final form of Hyper Muteki Gamer, or it might be called Muteki Gamer. Like I said during the intro, I can never remember the name of his final form. But anyway, we also have a special 20th anniversary logo, because this is actually a re-release of the Gashat Double Pack, as Bandai of Japan have been re-releasing some of the older Kamen Rider toys, as it is the 20th anniversary of the Heisei Riders, with the latest Kamen Rider at the moment being Kamen Rider Geo, being the last of the Heisei Riders before Kamen Rider goes into its brand new era, which I completely forgotten the name of. But anyway, on the side of the box we have a continuation of the picture of Muteki Gamer, along with Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's logo, and then just the name of both of the gashats. And then we have better pictures of both of the gashats on their own without the gamer driver. And then on the back of the box we just have some product information about how both of the gashats work on their own and also without the gamer driver. Then on this side of the box we have a picture of Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's level 99 form using the Maximum Mighty X Gashat, which is a gashat that I always almost forget the full name of. But anyway, on the top of the box we have another picture of both of his different forms with both of the different gashats, and on this top flap of the box we just have another picture of the Muteki Gamer form and the level 99 form, along with another picture of the gashats individually. And then on the bottom of the box we just have the same picture that was on the top of the box. And that is the packaging. So next up we will be taking a look at the Maximum Mighty X Gashat, so I'll be back in a second. Okay everyone, I'm back, and here is the DX Maximum Mighty X Gashat itself. So as you can see, this is not like a traditional standard gashat, because it is one of the more special double gashats which will take up both slots of the gamer driver, but also with these double gashats they tend to have more of a unique design than the single gashats, which basically tend to be the same, just a colour swap and different artwork for the different riders for which gashat it is. And I have to say, I like this funny artwork of the Maximum Mighty X Gashat, because we have like a mini version of Ex-Aid riding this sort of giant mech suit of armor, which is sort of like what his level 99 form is anyway, but this is sort of like a, I think I would call this sort of a more of a chibi art style, which I think is actually just standard for these labels for the gashats, whether they're a double gashat or a single gashat. But anyway, we have the speaker right here for when you activate the sound effects. We also have a release tab button, as we have a button on top which activates, it's either the activation noise or the sound effects, I can't actually remember. But anyway, we also have a little figure of Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's level 2 form, and then we have the name of the gashat on the side of the gashat, which tends to be standard with most gashats, whether they're a single or double gashat. We also have a QR code on the side on this mini handle, which is done in a sort of nice magenta-y pink. And actually, I must say, I like the colour scheme. I think it goes well with the sort of magenta-y pink for the handle and the activation button for the sound effects. And then we just got some hints of gold throughout, along with a bit of matte black and a bit more gold as well. Also on the back, as per usual, we have the translucent panel with the picture of the rider, this time Ex-Aid in his level 99 form, and this will light up with LEDs once we activate the sound effects for the gashat. Also, we have this tab on the side which the muteki gashat will connect to when they're both in the gamer driver to activate all the final form sound effects. Also, this gashat, like most, actually not most of, all of the other gashats need batteries. Batteries are included with this gashat, being the 3 sort of small button cell batteries. And yeah, that's really the gashat on its own, so I will be quiet now so you can hear the sound effects that it has without the gamer driver. And that is almost all the sound effects for the gashat on its own, but that last sound effect that it made of Game Clear, if you cycle through all the sound effects a couple of times, you will get a variation which is Game Over. So I'll just be quiet again and hope we can get to that variation of the last sound effect. And luckily we got that variation of the sound effect first time around, because sometimes when you're trying to find the alternate version of a final sound effect, it can take quite a couple of times to cycle through all of the sound effects for a gashat. Also, I think even when it's not connected to the game driver, I'm pretty sure if we press this button down, it should make activation sound. Yeah, and then if we push the release tab, we have a deactivation sound effect, along with, it's sort of like a bit of a Jack-in-the-Box, where it's like Ex-Aid popping up from the gashat. But anyway, that is the muteki gashat on its own. So next, we'll actually listen to the sound effects of this gashat with the gamer driver, and then we'll take a look at the muteki gashat. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, and here is the gamer driver itself. So now, without further ado, let's listen to all the brand new sound effects that the Maximum Mighty X gashat has to offer with the gamer driver itself. But before I am quiet so you can hear all those new sound effects, as I always say in all my Kamen Rider Ex-Aid and Kamen Rider Build toy reviews, as they say in Kamen Rider, Henshin! there we have the very cool henshin jingle for Xaid's level 99 form, along with a little LED picture of Xaid's level 99 form itself, which stays lit up for a couple of seconds, as with all the gashats and the gamer driver. But now we've listened to the very cool henshin jingle, let's listen to the Kimiwaza final attack sound effect. And there we have the finishing attack sound effect. And that is all the sound effects that the Maximum Mighty X gashat has to offer with the gamer driver and also standalone. So next we'll take a look at the Hyper Muteki gashat. So I'll be back in a second. Okay everyone, here is the DX Hyper Muteki gashat itself. And as you can see, it's no ordinary single gashat. It's not even like a unique double gashat. It is just unique by itself, and it is probably the most unique designed gashat out of all the gashats in the Kamen Rider Xaid series. Also, as you can see, just like Xaid's Hyper Muteki form, there is a lot of gold in this gashat, with some shiny pearl gold on this front cover, along with some shiny sparkles for this sticker label with the gold Maximum Mighty X sort of form done in this chibi art style, along with the name of the gashat, which is on the front of the gashat this time, because there's no way you could print the name of the gashat on either side of this gashat. Also, we have the connector clip to connect to the Maximum Mighty X gashat when in the gamer driver, so it can access Xaid's final form. Also, we have the speaker on the back with the QR code right here, and then we have this clear plastic piece like on all the other gashats. This time it's done in the unique star shape, along with some glittery plastic throughout rather than just a solid translucent plastic. Also, another thing about this gashat, with the whole, like, basically the whole of the gashat being this sort of translucent gold, it sort of reminds me of the old Nintendo video game consoles that were translucent, like the translucent N64s, which I never owned one, but I've seen them online, like on eBay, and they're pretty cool. Also, we have some shiny pearl gold for the star on top of the second activation button for when this is connected to the gamer driver and the Maximum Mighty X gashat. And yeah, that's really this gashat, so I will be quiet so you can hear some of the sound effects that it has to offer on its own. I completely forgot it had voice lines from the actor who actually plays Emu / Kamen Rider Xaid from the show. And that is basically all the sound effects that it has standalone. Actually no, I think it has one more sound effect standalone if we press this button on the top of the gashat. Yeah, it just has the activation sort of sound effect, and actually, as we can see on the inside of this gashat, there is a lot more shiny gold plastic. We have the armor from the level 99 form, and then it's like the Hyper Muteki form is bursting from the bulky armour into a more slimline designed rider, and we can see a lot of sort of glittery plastic for this panel with a lot of stars around Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's Hyper Muteki form, and also more shiny gold plastic, also with sort of just a little trim of silver as well. But that is the Hyper Muteki gashat on its own, so let's bring in the Gamer Driver and listen to all the sound effects it has to offer with the Gamer Driver. So, I'll be back in a second. Okay everyone, here is the Gamer Driver once again, and as you can see we actually already have a gashat in the Gamer Driver, and that's because before we listen to the sound effects for Ex-Aid's final form of Muteki Gamer / Hyper Muteki Gamer, we are going to listen to the invincibility power-up boost that the Hyper Muteki gashat will give a rider when they are in their level 2 form for a couple of seconds to about a minute. So, like I said in the intro, it basically is like the star power-up from Mario. But anyway, I will be quiet so you can hear the henshin jingle for Ex-Aid's level 2 form alongside the Hyper Muteki power boost sound effects. And there we have the power boost sound effects of the Hyper Muteki gashat, which, admittedly, that is sort of an annoying sound effect and could get very annoying if the sound effect was played multiple times. But luckily, in the show, only one rider uses the sort of couple of seconds to a minute power-up boost from the Hyper Muteki gashat before Ex-Aid gets the gashat and actually uses it for the Hyper Muteki form. Okay everyone, apologies for the quick jump cut there, but I just remembered, so we can get straight to the last couple of sound effects, being the most epic sound effects for the Hyper Muteki gashat. I had to first of all cycle through Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's level 99 form with the Maximum Mighty X gashat. But without further ado, let's listen to the last couple of sound effects that the Hyper Muteki gashat has to offer. And before I am quiet, so you can hear all the new sound effects, like I always say in all my Kamen Rider Ex-Aid and Kamen Rider Build toy reviews, as they say in Kamen Rider, henshin! And there we have the epic henshin jingle for Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's final form, Hyper Muteki Gamer, or Muteki Gamer. Like I said, I always forget the proper name of this final form. But anyway, that is one of the most epic henshin jingles for a final form for a Kamen Rider that I've ever heard. And also, it is probably one of my favourite henshin jingles in the entire Kamen Rider Ex-Aid series. But anyway, to activate the final Kimiwaza final attack sound effect, rather than closing the Gamer Driver and then opening it up again, we can't now actually because of this flap from the Hyper Muteki gashat. Instead, we just press this top button once again. So, I'll be quiet so you can hear the last couple of sound effects. And there we have the final finishing attack sound effect for Kamen Rider Ex-Aid's final form. So, that is all the sound effects for both of the gashats, standalone and together with the gamer driver. So, it's time to outro today's video. So, thank you everyone so much for watching today's video. I hope you all have enjoyed today's video. Please feel free to leave a like, favourite, share, comment. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And remember, until next time, stay golden, stay frosty, and bye-sies!